August 2020 Capricorn Overview Horoscope August Snapshot. A little space, please? You'll feel like deep diving into your most cherished personal goals and projects for the first 3 weeks of August as the sun drifts through Leo and your intimate, intense 8th house until August 22 meantime. 3 planets in Capricorn and your first house of self also magnify your need for me time and free time to follow your own rhythms and bliss. The laser focus of Leo season is a superlative opportunity for sea goats to cultivate key relationships, research a passion project or tackle transformative emotional work. You may find yourself consumed with a single topic or person, so watch for tunnel vision. Unless, of course, you're enjoying getting lost in this adventure. But even if this energy makes you want to slip off the grid and hide out, it may be impossible to avoid the spotlight. Your work may attract attention, or you could be in high demand from your fans. Expansive Jupiter, structured Saturn and powerhouse Pluto are all in your sign until late December 2020. Don't miss this incredible opportunity to define your path and purpose. This is literally a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. Adding a plot twist, the Capricorn triumvirate will get snared into 3 stressful squares with activating Mars, which is heating up the action in Aries and your 4th house of home and family. Demands from Chateau Capricorn could compete with your desire to do you. You'll need to regulate your precious energy with lots of self-care and solitude breaks. Journaling and meditation are great outlets to balance out obligatory time in the public eye or handling big responsibilities. Manage the expectations of your relatives and roommates. If you don't, you could end up taking care of everyone at the expense of your own important goals. Stay in focus mode as much as possible early in the month. Then reward yourself with a road trip, staycation or whatever makes you feel joyful and free, while staying safe. After August 22 when the sun enters Virgo and your worldly, expansive 9th house. Devote yourself to deep inner work early in the month, and you'll return from your immersion renewed and ready to roam. Week 1 August 1 to 9. Work and money changes ahead, as the work week begins on Monday, August 3. The year's only Aquarius full moon beams into your 2nd house of productivity and money. Something you've been toiling towards since the January 24 Aquarius new moon could finally come together, or reach a major turning point. Will you manifest some new income or revenue streams? Leave a job or change direction in your career? Chances are you've worked hard for this, so cash in on your efforts. And if you've got the funds, treat yourself to something luxurious, big or small, as a reward. In a few days, you can set your sights on the next exciting endeavor. Warning: your inner rebel or drama queen could make a rare showing, as destabilizing Uranus in your passionate and attention-seeking 5th house forms a tense square with the full moon. Don't lock yourself into something so stable that you cramp your creativity or sacrifice any freedom and fun. Remember, joy isn't just a side dish, it's an essential element to your longevity and focus. Your attention shifts to personal matters on Tuesday, August 4th as hot-headed Mars gets into its first clash with one of the Capricorn planets, outspoken Jupiter. This time, focusing on work could prove challenging today because your emotions might be all over the map. A change at home or in your personal life could be a major distraction. With these 2 impulsive planets butting heads, it will be hard to keep your cool. Mars barging through your sensitive 4th house can make you thin-skinned and quick to take things the wrong way. Demands from home and family could feel overwhelming. And with adventurous Jupiter in your 1st house of solo endeavors, you may be tempted to escape the pressure by running off to do your own thing. That won't stop loved ones from blowing up your message apps or encroaching on your personal space seemingly without regard. However, setting boundaries will be essential. But even then, people may try to steamroll you and get their way. Because Mars and Jupiter are both known for being impatient, it's not your finest hour for decision-making. And in the wake of the full moon's intense beams, your normally cool-headed demeanor could be MIA. You might even try to rush into making a major change to your living situation, pulling the rug out from under yourself and your loved ones. Your best bet? Explore new options with abandon this week, but wait until later in the month to take action on them. Week 2 August 10 to 16. Flare up and simmer down. Last week's mild mood swings could turn into full-blown volcanic eruptions as Mars in your hypersensitive 4th house squares off with calculating and vengeful Pluto in your sign. You may reach your limit of resentment and anger. Have you had just about enough of other people's relentless demands? As combative Mars spars with Pluto, you could find yourself, and everyone around you, in an agitated state. Be mindful of your intensity. What begins as a venting session may escalate into a full-out melee. If you feel anger churning, step away to cool down before you spew. And wait until you're in a clear-headed space before making any binding decisions. The second half of the month brings a much-needed cool-down and slowdown. On Saturday, August 15, unpredictable Uranus reverses into its annual 5-month retrograde until January 14, 2020. Backing through your 5th house of love, passion and self-expression. If things have been all over the place in your romantic life, or if your moods and reactions have been unusually fierce for your steady sign, that should level off a bit. Retrogrades bring back the past, and issues that haven't been addressed. With so many relationships in a tenuous state post-quarantine, yours may have reached a breaking point, several times perhaps. Now you may be able to examine it with a more objective mindset. Before you abruptly call off a long-term relationship, see if you can't repair things while Uranus is retrograde. An ex could resurface while the side-spinning planet backtracks through this pleasure-seeking zone. It could be someone who brings excitement and instability in equal measure. Possibly even a person several years younger than you, or someone you dated during a more carefree period of your life. Consider them a messenger, reminding you to reconnect to your own youthful energy. With so much heaviness weighing down our spirits in 2020, we could all use a reminder to lighten up. If you've been enjoying the excitement and attention of a new attraction, that could also simmer down a bit for the rest of the year. Step back and make sure this is really right for you before you progress to the next level. Week 3, August 17 to 23, Majo and Manifestation Rising. On Tuesday, August 18, connections ignite as the year's only new moon in passionate Leo activates your 8th house of merging and manifestation. These sexy and magnetic moonbeams could attract powerful and permanent partnerships between now and the January 28 Leo full moon. You'll feel the allure of your per today, and here you thought you lost it for good. Bring sexy back with some extra self-care. Book a massage. Take a dance class. Be extra affectionate with your love interest. Relationships can deepen and become more exclusive under this lunar lift. And you could have a conversation about taking that next big step. What factors will make you feel certain going all the way? As a Capricorn, you need trust along with the lust. The fiscal floodgates also open today, since the 8th house rules shared finances and assets. Put your feelers out and plant some seeds. With the right strategic moves, you'll set yourself up for a 6-month cycle of abundance. As you know, every little cost or earning adds up, so take consistent steps toward paying off debt, saving and investing. On Saturday, August 22, the sun shifts into Virgo and your expansive, optimistic 9th house for a month. Between now and September 22, you'll feel inspiration return. If you're comfortable doing so, find opportunities to safely travel or create a special staycation. Sign up for courses and expand your horizons through learning, entrepreneurial ventures or metaphysical study. Week 4, August 24 to 31. Setting boundaries and sticking to them. On Monday, August 24, hot-headed Mars makes its final square to the Capricorn trio. This time to your ruling planet, cautious and regimented Saturn. You can finally put your foot down with the person who keeps treading on your turf with their incessant demands. Are you enabling someone to treat you like their personal provider or on-call therapist? You'll have to let them know in no uncertain terms that you're not available for codependent duty, and then back that up with action. Speedy Mars clashing with cautious Saturn can feel like having one foot on the gas, the other on the brake. If you've been flying off the handle, you can finally gain the self-control to restrain yourself before you react. Cool down and get centered by making sure you have enough alone time. No guilt. No apologies. Think of it as an essential nutrient that keeps you balanced and allows you to be your best self with others. Everyone wins.